While church administration is busy dealing with a steady stream of conflict, individual Scientologists are out among the people, spreading Hubbard's word at every opportunity.
Well, you know, the aims of Scientology are civilization without war, without criminals, without insanity, where the able can prosper, where honest beings have rights and man is free to rise to greater heights.
I get relief every time I hear those words, because that's the world I want. You know, for my son and for my family and for myself and for everybody. You know, it's an ideal scene.
At the heart of this missionary zeal is the Scientologist's belief that his religion is the best, perhaps only way to rescue a planet in danger.
Life on planet Earth is not a real happy place, and yet we're all immortal spiritual beings. If something is not done to improve the quality of life, I think there will be more drugs, I think there will be more sad and upset and messed up people, and more criminals and more inequities into society. We've got to turn the situation around if life means anything to you.
Scientology-supported drug and literacy programs are multiplying around the country.
I'd like people to know that the activities of the church are helping millions of people around the world every day. There are a lot of people who have found something that helps them, and that help is available to anybody who would like to have it.
Scientology says the programs, which use books written by Hubbard, are secular. Skeptics call them recruitment fronts that hide their ties to the church.
We can become a drug rehabilitation program. We've got nothing to do with religion. We become pious priests. You're threatening my freedom of religion. We can become educational programs. Oh, we're just here to help your son learn to read. We can become all those things, but really all it is just one master plan to infiltrate all of these areas according to Hubbard's doctrine, and you become whatever it needs to become to protect it and infiltrate it and take it over.
Narconon, a drug rehab program with ties to Scientology, has recently come under scrutiny.
Scientology was collecting money from local school boards and also collecting money from corporations and businesses and using that money to finance their lectures in the schools, which promoted the Purification Rundown, which is a religious practice in the Church of Scientology.
It's not a religious program. It's not a religious organization. It's not run by the church. It's very supported by the church.
Narconon recently set up shop inside the Ensenada State Prison, a Mexican penitentiary where inmates have easy access to heroin. The program, run by Joe Domingo, son of famed tenor Placido Domingo, utilizes Hubbard's drug technology to help prisoners kick drugs. Inmates help build saunas at the prison in order to utilize Narconon's Purification Rundown.
I was a heroin addict, and I had a long-term heroin addiction and a problem with substance abuse, and went to jail 3 times, tried other programs, almost died, basically, and the Narconon program saved my life.
Despite the church's involvement in these social programs, critics still say the motives are sinister.
I don't know of any church anywhere who would want to get its base of members murderers and rapists and criminals. That doesn't make any sense. And me being a Scientologist, I have a very strong desire to help these people and to help the problem, because there's such a problem. But I don't know that I want to fill my church up with, you know.
If you go out and voluntarily help 1,000 people in the inner city to learn how to read, there's some people in the world that have to find something wrong with that. They have to figure out how there's something wrong. So you know what they say? Ha! That's just all a trick. It's all a front group. It's all just to get these people into the Church of Scientology. Well, you know what? It isn't.
The church's learning programs have often been scrutinized by outsiders. Practicing Scientologists swear by Hubbard's technology.
I've used this study technology for 23 years. Prior to that, I think I was your average guy as far as what one knows from what they learned in school. It gives you a kind of confidence and a braveness. Almost no subject matter seems unstudyable. I'm a jet pilot 7 times over, meaning I have 7 separate licenses to fly jets, because I'm not afraid to ask the right questions to understand fully what I'm studying.
I'll be the President of the United States today.
Isaac Hayes is the spokesperson for the World Literacy Crusade.
You want to go do whatever you want to do.
If a building is on fire and my child is on the 2nd or 3rd floor, do you care? You think I care about who comes save my child? We're just simply talking about saving lives. And some people try to confuse the issues. Oh, don't take that stuff because they're going to try to make you become a Scientologist. No, 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 no.
What if the people down there really got something out of what they learned in learning how to read, and they wanted to find out more? They wanted to find out if there was something else that was written by L. Ron Hubbard that might help them.
The Pope has an agenda to spread Catholicism to all the people that he can reach. I think Scientology, like any other religious group, believes that it has a mission to spread their truth as they perceive it.
Your emotions, your personality, they're just chemical reactions. Man is nothing more than a brain. A brain!
Forget the phony brain theories. Find out who you really are.
It's the most popular and effective book on the human mind ever published.
Scientology continues to exercise its freedom to spread Hubbard's message to the world. The church recently built a multi-million-dollar facility on its desert compound to house Golden Era Productions, its film and video studios. There, hundreds of Sea Organization members live and produce every aspect of Scientology technical films.
Dianetics and Scientology are in fact a very successful study of life itself.
Members work round the clock shooting, processing, and scoring music for massive worldwide distribution. The films are purchased by Scientologists who want assistance with their coursework. The studio also mass produces e-meters and translates Hubbard's lectures into over 50 languages. But as Scientology attempts to spread its message, there are those who work equally hard to stop it.
The Cult Awareness Network, founded in 1974 as Citizens Freedom Foundation, their purpose was to educate the public about what they called at that time spiritual fraud. It was never meant to be an adversarial organization. We never intended to put anyone out of business.
Ken had for years criticized Scientology and provided so-called deprogrammers to parents desperate to bring their children out of cults.
They did referrals, offered exit counseling, and in the old days, I guess they used to call it deprogramming. Of course, like psychiatry, Ken became a mortal enemy of Scientology.
After several bloody lawsuits, the Cult Awareness Network went bankrupt, but Scientology did not stop there.
In bankruptcy court, a man presented himself, Stephen Hayes, who is a Scientologist and an attorney, and he offered to buy the name Cult Awareness Network, the telephone number, and the furnishings. Immediately, or almost immediately, Scientology began an organization called Cult Awareness Network.
What they did with the Cult Awareness Network of finally becoming your critic and now carrying your critic's name. I mean, you talk about body snatchers. Now you call up the Cult Awareness Network, and guess what you're talking to?
You have a Scientologist answering the phone there, and that's how they operate. It doesn't get any darker than that.
Such aggressive moves point to Scientology's determination to spread its word at any cost.
In another life, in the next life, do I want to come back to something that's charred, cinders, because of a nuclear holocaust? Or do you think I'm going to come back to a world where crime and violence has been escalated enormously? No. So we need, if we want to save it, we need to work now. We're racing against the clock.
Next, why celebrities are so important to the Scientology movement. When we come back, how fame and stardom are used to promote a religion worldwide.